So one of my colleagues, one of my buddies from my doctoral program, actually did his dissertation on risk assessment and specifically risk assessment tools. And one of the things that he did is he actually collected, I don't know how many, I've read it, I can't remember, he collected hundreds of instruments from sources all over the country, all different kinds of organizations. And among the many things he did, one of them was to take a common fact pattern and feed it through all of these instruments that he'd collected. And what he found is that he got radically, wildly different results from all of them. And one of the reasons for that was that they were all kind of informally thrown together by people who, I think in many cases, organizations built it because they thought they needed to have one. They didn't necessarily care if it was a good one or a valid one. Now, Elise and I have a phrase that we use at our company, evidence-based financial planning, which many of you have heard this repeat again and again, and it's very, very meaningful for us. It's not just a catchphrase, it actually deeply informs how we think about financial planning, how we perform financial planning, how we serve our clients. And so wherever possible, we like to use instruments that have been psychometrically validated, been shown to be psychometrically valid, and that have actually been empirically confirmed, empirically validated. And this is the only instrument we know of when it comes to the area of risk tolerance that fits those dual criteria. And so it's incredibly important for us, based on our values as a firm and how we choose to practice, that we have this in our toolkit. And this is the kind of thing that I guess the other piece I'm going to touch on is, Elise and I did a presentation today called Evidence-Based Financial Planning to Learn Like a CFP, which is sort of based on some unfolding things, this unfolding sort of thread of thought and inquiry we've been engaged in that resulted in a journal article last year and has resulted in a number of presentations and conversations with people from all over the world. And one of our theses is that to continue to advance as a profession, to emerge fully as a true profession, we really have to be committing ourselves to the kind of research that leads to empirically validated instruments and approaches. And so not only is this important as a tool, the thing you touched on, John, that I think is critically important is that you now have more than a decade of really good data that you're making available to academics to use to expand our body of knowledge in truly important ways. And so I applaud you for that. That's a really, in a sense, I feel like being involved with Phenometrica is not just getting access to a really good tool that's consistent with our values, but it's also being part of a community that's committed to actually advancing the body of knowledge, and that also matters very much to us.